Hello, I am here today for one reason and one reason only, and that is to give testimony to an all out miracle. Um, I can give you a little background about my mom's case, but there's no doubt in my mind that God intervened, and it's beyond like medical explanation what happened with her. So she is 82 years old. She's post chemotherapy. She has had her immune therapy canceled due to COVID-19. They're not doing any of those treatments. So she's been without her immune therapy for about 2 months. So her immunity, she has absolutely nothing. And also, another contributing factor to her very, very low immunity is that she has been on prednisone for an entire year, which really lowers your immunity as well. So she got an infection on April 16th, and she went to the local doctor. She was given antibiotics. The infection was in her salivary gland. So just to be brief, she had a period of 10 full days of very high fevers. She was on 3 very strong broad spectrum antibiotics, and her fevers would spike up to 103. Halfway through her treatment, days into her treatment, she was transferred to a regional hospital for a better level of care. She was transferred by ambulance, and she went into sepsis, and her symptoms worsened. And at this point, I really did not believe that she would come back home to us. Doctors were outstanding. On 2 days later, she had breathing difficulties. She was upgraded to intermediate care only because she couldn't be put into the ICU because all the COVID-19 patients are treated in ICU. So she went into intermediate care. And she was on an oxygen face mask, and she was having difficulty breathing. So 10 straight days of just very, very touch and go situation with her. The fevers just kept spiking. Antibiotics weren't working. She had sepsis. She had breathing difficulty. She had kidney function issues. She had blood clot, and all with no immunity in her body to fight anything. So we prayed, and we prayed, and we prayed without ceasing, day and night. Just prayers from hundreds of people. And she saw infection control specialists, she saw pulmonologists, she saw they were consulting with her oncologist. There were so many doctors. There were like 4 doctors like deeply involved in her case. And the doctor told me that she had to make a turn. She had to make a turn in the next 24 hours. It could be for the worse, or she could turn that corner and start improving. So we are we are under like the most stress I've ever been under in my entire life because we cannot be there with her. So it's just an extremely difficult situation. We can't be with her. She is alone and she's scared and she's really struggling for her life. So we began praying for a miracle, and the prayer shifted from, please, dear God, in your mercy, don't let her leave this world like this. Bring her home where she can be around her loved ones. And I prayed that for so long that at the most critical point, I shifted and just prayed for her peace. Just please, dear Jesus, be with her every breath that she takes and bring her peace and help her through this. I can't be there. I know you will be there with her to help her through this. So miraculously, just beyond all medical reason, she came out of it. She called me on Sunday, the 26th of April, and it was nearing evening, and she said to me, I just had the most beautiful day. And I was like, she had never called me before. She was never able to manage her phone. It was always, we were calling her, but she called me and to tell me that she had no fever. First time in 12 days, she had no fever, she had no pain, she was breathing okay. I was just like, you had the most beautiful day. She said it really was. I talked to everyone, and she described her miracle. She described her miracle to me, and I'm on my knees. I'm just praising God. This is His miracle. He gave me like my mom back. I'm talking to my mom. So when this call came in, it was just like my mouth dropped open, and I couldn't even really believe what she was saying, and I thought, okay, maybe she's rallying, and this is her piece. So, because the last time I had talked to the doctor before that, they said they just didn't know. They just did not know really the source of the infection. They did not know what the infection was. Every test that came back was negative, negative, negative. So they just it was a mystery. So she described this event that just gives me goosebumps, and I like to share it because it's so amazing. She had a cross in her room, a crucifix on the wall, because she was in a Catholic hospital, but it's a crucifix and it's up on her wall. And she said she's saying her prayers to Jesus. That's just a victory in itself, because my mom has always prayed to God, and I wasn't 100% certain that she had accepted Jesus as her Savior. So she says to me, I'm praying, staring at this cross, praying to Jesus, and my cross on the wall started glowing. I'm like,